What is going on?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome
Do
to.
something new.
Yeah, it's just from donations from last night. That's what it was.
Oh, cool.
Hi,
All
Phyllis. Welcome back.
Hey, what's up,
Hi,
everybody?
Kyla.
Welcome
I'm
back.
Rosa. Natasha. Good day. Nancy. Christy.
All right, say hi.
Hi, this
Okay.
is
Kim
Chelsea.
Biederman. Hi.
This is Chelsea.
All right, bye.
Meredith.
Wait, you need the names. The names.
Gummy Bear.
Gummy bear.
Shay says Gummy
Right.
Bear. Hi, Angel Donna.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Welcome back to Sunday night
Hi,
live,
guys.
I guess. My name's Justin Cardozo. I'm a psychic medium, intuitive consultant. This is my wife, Roseanne, and she's a psychic as well.
No, he is hated her.
And this is
Bobby.
and
Bobby.
we've got Dom behind the keyboard. All right.
Wait.
And our
Yeah,
wonderful
Bobby.
producer, Dominic.
Head on out.
What'd you say? Okay, come here.
It's yellow.
Say bye-bye. Yeah, it is yellow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
Hey.
That is good.
Sorry. Oh, righty.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to our third night in a row. Man, it's been crazy. Roseanne has been knocking it out of the park last couple of days with the readings. Doing well. What?
Yeah, schmutz in your hair.
Oh,
Um,
of course I do.
it's been an interesting few nights.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Take
So,
it back.
but we wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you guys. So,
Absolutely.
thank you again. Hi, Tara, Angel, Donna, Christy Bice, Angels Reborn. Hi. If you guys are new to our page, the intuitive couple is Justin Cardoza, who is a professional psychic medium with the Holy Spirit gift of discernment. Okay, I am his wife, Roseanne Cardoza, and I am a psychic intuitive.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Quite a
anyway,
mouthful.
also a paraphilosopher, but that's something we always like. That's other stuff.
We'll get there.
That's philosophical.
We'll get there.
Anyway, so if you're new to our channel, welcome, welcome. We really appreciate you joining us tonight. And as usual, please give us the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, guys. It's so important. Okay, as well as if you're new, make sure you subscribe and you hit the bell so that way you get notified when we go live.
That's it. There you go. Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Okay, and I think that you actually have, I mean, we're coming out the gate hot tonight, right? But it's not me coming out the gate hot. It's actually you this
Well,
time.
actually, Phyllis fell asleep last night.
Well,
she paid for a reading,
understandable.
and I apologize, Phyllis, because it went long. And sometimes that happens because just like Justin, who doesn't rush the spirits when they come through.
Ethics, man.
Okay,
Ethics.
it is about ethics. You got to give people what they pay for,
More than what they pay for.
more than what they pay for.
That's
right.
my philosophy.
Right, and so
I always want to provide more value than anyone else, and that is what Roseanne does. And I think everybody that's here that has seen you in action knows that beyond a doubt, you definitely give more value than what you charge.
Well, that's who I am. I can't help it.
I know.
I really, really can't. That's why it's like, okay, well, he was like, I can't
And let me tell you something else, folks. Let me tell you something else about this lady. That unlike other psychics out there, and now you know, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, that I never talk about other psychics or anything, but I will tell you this, is that
Hey, Aaron.
if you get a reading from Roseanne, she becomes vested. No one else does that. You become vested in the people that you read for. You really, truly care. And you carry it with you. And it's like, boo, you got to have some sort of defense. She can't do it. She won't. But you know what? The more I watch her work, the more I'm incredibly impressed on how your gifts have developed and blossomed over the years. And it's amazing. It's amazing to watch. And watching their reactions is... I'm just sitting back enjoying it right now. So,
Well, we work as a team.
well, yeah.
And
That's
I
all.
also, because he's like, what are you doing? And I go, oh, I write out their names when I take a picture of the cards and I send it to you.
You look overblown. I'm trying to get it. I'm just gonna move this.
It's okay. And, whoa.
Whoa.
And,
Whoa. Two down.
And, I try to give you those cards so you can see the journey that you're on. It's so important for people to see the journey that they're on. Cards play an integral part in a person's life in the sense that, like I always say, it's things inside that we stuff down.
Nope.
But
Dom, not you. Keep going. I'm sorry.
But it's also the things that are also on the surface. So it's a dual purpose. Some people, it's right there on the surface and they just want that extra confirmation. But a different perspective perhaps. And then it is the things that we stuff way down that we really, really try to hide from the world. So I used to always say, it's funny because I always felt like, when people, before I met you, how people can, when they get into new relationships with people, they're always on their best behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that only lasts so long.
It's true.
Until, the true
Before you
color.
finally show your ass?
Right, right, exactly.
Okay.
And the cards, they're not magical, right?
Nothing magic about them, man. It's paper,
No.
foil, and ink.
Right, right.
That's it.
They tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So anytime somebody comes on here and says, I have a question about my life, so-and-so, yeah, I'll read you just for, it's the price. You know what the price is. Because there are some people out there who don't realize that their insecurity and every fiber of their being, all the energy that they're placing into that person. Mm-hmm. Are they going to call me? Are they going to text me? Are they thinking about me? Honey, you have to fix yourself. And I want people to know that, because I know a lot of us say, hey, we all do it on here. If they haven't called you, but I want to, if they're really generally, want to stick around and hear, then they'll pay the $25 and hear the message, but they may not be capable of it. But that's okay, That's how it goes.
When you say may not be capable of it, can you clarify that? Do you mean like capable of receiving the message? Is that what you mean?
Well,
or
it's
capable,
a little...
or
they're not capable of receiving the message because they only want to hear the answer that is going to make them happy in that moment.
So
reassure
they're looking for an echo chamber of what they think here.
Absolutely. And then there are some people
don't break their crystal
that no
reality.
matter how many times you tell a person something, they are not able to ever get the message because they're not necessarily, and they really aren't capable of receiving a deeper message. Because why is that?
I don't know. Tell me. I'm fascinated.
You're fascinated. Because here you go, folks. This is just a little hint of what goes on in what's to come in lightworkereducation.org, is that you are either an old soul or a new soul. And generally, the people who are new souls, they have a harder time walking this earth. And life is about self-introspection. You have to understand what it is that you do in this world. Not necessarily do, or what your purpose is, but it's who you are. All the things that you've been born with, all the innate, not abilities necessarily. What are you laughing about?
I am not laughing. I'm
but
watching you work.
It's how you react to things in life, why you attract the people that you attract. And some people will always, if you attract assholes your whole life and you don't learn that lesson, or from all those experiences that you've gone through, then maybe you're not capable of it. Why is it some people can get over drugs and some people can't?
So you're saying that we're born with a certain amount of life lessons that we have to learn.
Absolutely.
And depending on your spiritual journey, if you keep repeating the same problems, it's basically life saying, hello, McFly. And it's going to keep repeating on you until you learn that lesson and make the right choice.
Absolutely.
There you go. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And I mean, look, and unfortunately, a lot of the people who were here already think on a deeper level, because you wouldn't be here and be able to understand and follow what we talk about. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we are also, we've been victimized by people who don't get it. And unfortunately, we'll never get it. Not in this lifetime. And we desperately want to change those people, and we want to help those people and save those people, because it's in our nature to do that. But at what cost do you have to lose yourself into helping somebody who will never get it? And that is the hardest thing to accept as a parent, as a sister or a brother, or a wife or a friend. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can sit there and help them, and they can literally drive you insane.
Mm-hmm. But at some point, self-preservation has to kick in.
Absolutely.
It has to. I say that all the time.
Always. So, again, that is just a little bit of what is to come in lightworkereducation.org. So if you have a smidge of ability, like you've always known that you've got a little bit of something, an empath, you say, oh, I'm an empath, I'm a sensitive, I'm a psychic, I dabble in cards, I'm a psychic medium, I can see dead people.
Right.
This is the place for you. This is the place for you to go and to get more answers and clarification on what it is that you have and how it can be developed to make you the most functional and the most effective light worker out there. You may not be a reader. You know, everybody has a purpose, but it may not be reading for people. It may be, there's lots of capacities that people help in. So, but the first thing you have to do is find somebody that's willing to help you learn and understand those abilities. So not only are we learning on a philosophical way, but you also teach them the tricks of your trade, more of the technical aspect of how you work that nobody ever hears about.
No.
We don't talk about this on here.
Nope. Because here's the thing. Over 17 years, I've developed a technique. I've never read anyone's books. I had no mentors.
We don't read anybody's books.
No, because it's like, when it comes to
thank you for this
for the sub,
yeah.
When it comes to doing readings for people, I think everybody sees I've got a pretty unique style about me. I'm open, I'm upfront, I'm honest. If I'm not getting anything, I'm not getting anything. And if somebody's like, it's me, that doesn't mean that it's for you. I wait for that click, that connection. So the reason that we've developed lightworkereducation.org is to help people cut down on that learning curve. Cut down on that learning curve, man. That's brutal. Take 17 years of experience of meditations and distill it down into what you need. So basically what we're going to teach you is awareness, understanding, control. Awareness of what your abilities are, how they operate. Then understand why you have them, how to utilize them. And then the control part is all of the technical aspects in actually harnessing your abilities. Then obviously you have share. You're going to share those abilities, and then the fifth step, once you have completely mastered the other four, is to teach. And so there's a lot of people that aren't anywhere near that, but this is what Lightworker Education is all about. So
and it's for people at all stages, because it's meant to be. We are meant to. This is something you've been called upon to do for a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
With my resistance, but we've worked it out. We have a very good, solid curriculum and foundation. But our main focus is to build a community that actually supports each other. Because in the light worker community, and again, that word light worker has been kind of co-opted by people.
Yeah, it's been co-opted and
compromised. Who are not actual light workers. They don't work from the light.
Well, it's pure ego. They all want to say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other thing. It doesn't matter what you are. I've got a video out about that. It doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't. You can say that you're Santa Claus, but it doesn't make it so.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Welcome, Chuck Buddy. That's Shay's friend. Hello.
Oh, hey, what's up?
He is a medium.
Cool.
As well.
Okay.
So, as you know tonight, let's see here, we have an hour. Justin actually has a consultation with a student at 10.
Yep.
What is that? Oh my god. And so
that did not look right, I'm sure.
I know. Well, it just
from their
appeared.
end.
Oh, well. And so we are, if you want a card reading, we will do, we're going to do card readings tonight. It's $25 for a full card reading, as you know. If a spirit does pop in, that takes precedence always, because spirits are always a give back. Mm-hmm. Unless you haven't heard from your spirit yet and you want to hear from your spirit, then you're more than welcome to make a book a private reading with Justin.
Absolutely.
Just check out our Facebook page. Go like and follow it. We are also on Instagram as well. Send us a message and get that going. Yeah. So, yeah. Do you want to do this so I can center myself?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just give us a sec, guys.
Yeah.
So you starting off with Phyllis, yeah?
Yeah, Phyllis.
Okay, I want to open some of my DVDs.
We're going to be in there until before 7.
Okay. No.
He's not mumbling. Was he mumbling? You weren't mumbling.
No, I wasn't.
No, I was actually centering myself. Okay. Kind of. No. Mm-mm.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Signs on. Doors open. But we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, Phyllis, are you ready? These are all shuffled. Huh?
Yeah, go ahead and...
Alrighty. It's quiet.
Huh?
It's quiet.
Yeah, it is. Hey, Savannah. What's
Hey,
up?
Savannah. What is with... I swear to God. Everybody. I have a full card. I have a full deck, and it's like...
Daddy, did I go?
Shh.
Did I
Hey. Go back to Dominic.
Daddy say no?
What is this? Seriously. Right? Am I not crazy?
Do you not feel good about it?
I just feel like that every time I pull cards, it's
Mhm.
the same cards. And
Not back to Phyllis.
no,
What did I tell you why that is,
I
though?
know that. It just blows my mind every time. That's why. Yeah, they always pick the right time. Okay. Phyllis, you were asking specific things, if I recall. But I'm going to tell you what I have. The first card that I pulled out, which is the anchor card, the heart card, okay? It says move. Move. The second card that I pulled out was sleep. And the third card that I pulled out that was upside down was commitment. Okay. Above that, the card was reward. Above move was reward. And that is upside down. And then I have practice makes perfect, which we've discussed this a million times on here, what I think about that card. It is not practice makes perfect. Practice makes life easier. Then we have the pause card, which is an interesting card because it's like, wait a minute, please stop. It's like it's catty-cornered with pause and move, you know? So on the bottom row, I have underneath move, I have generosity, which is upside down. And then I have your leader and retreat. The interesting things about these cards is that they almost sound like a contradiction of themselves, you know? But I feel the fact that move card came out first. Now look, here's the thing. I don't read from a book. So the definition of these cards are not the definitions of what they mean. The cards for me have a specific meaning. They vary from time to time depending on the energy of the person and how they are laid out, because that's why I do a full card reading, because the cards tell a story. That's what they are meant. If I just pulled out move one card, that doesn't tell you jack squat. So let's begin with move. It doesn't mean physically move. Physically get up and you're going to be moving to a new house. Even if you were, bravo. But that's not what I'm getting. Because right next to it is the sleep card. And then I have the commitment card on the other side of the move card, which is turned upside down. And it's telling me that whatever it is that you are wanting to do at this juncture in your life, you're wanting to do it, but you're not really committed to it. But not for lack of, but not like you're lazy. Let me put that. Because right above it, there's a pause card. So it's like everything is just kind of on pause because you need clarity. But with the move card being the anchor heart card and sleep next to it, it's reiterating again, don't stop. Keep moving forward on what it is that you're wanting to seek. Practice at it. No matter how much you retreat from it because of uncertainty, because of lack of knowledge, because you're unsure. And the practice makes perfect card is why it's very important, is because remember what you were specifically asking for is something that will never be perfected. It is an ongoing journey that is always evolving. And when we retreat from that out of insecurity or lack of knowledge or direction or a lack of inspiration, perhaps, that's when, you know, we retreat and we put everything on pause. And it's very common, especially if you're not knowing exactly what direction you're supposed to be going in. But what I can tell you is that you definitely are a leader, and it needs to be explored more. So you said a lot of insecurities, right? But you see, the thing is that that's a fear. And the fear of not pushing forward with it is prohibiting you from seeing what you're capable of. And that is being a leader. And the fact that your leader card is right underneath the sleep card. Sleep never means sleep to me. I don't care. Everybody in this whole entire world needs sleep. Okay? That's pedantic. If I said you need more sleep, that doesn't fit. Do you understand? So I'm never going to say that to you. Because that's stupid. That's like beginners, like reading in a book. Oh, sleep. You need more sleep. No. It means don't sleep on yourself. Don't sleep on what's inside you and what you can be. Next to your leader card, upside down, is generosity. And what I feel with you is that you do have a lot to give. But again, we're retreating because we're not for sure where we're supposed to go. But I also get that dual feeling that you also spread yourself very thin. You give a lot. And when you give a lot to people, that generous spirit of yours, it burns you out. And yeah, it makes you retreat. And you know, in that same row, generosity is upside down, move is the anchor card, it's in the middle. And honey, I will take a picture of these and send them to you. And above the move card is the reward, and that is upside down. Because you know, when we give and give and give and give, and you're not seeing a return. And I'm not saying like, you know, you want something big, but maybe just something to just kind of say, yes, you're doing it. You're on the right track. This is where you need to be. Or even could just be a thank you. People think when they see the reward card that it's like, oh, I'm going to be rewarded, you know, like with riches and stuff like that. No, because you see, here's the thing. What we fail to see in ourselves is that the reward is acknowledging all these things that we don't see, that we choose not to see, or we can't see sometimes. This just to be appreciated. And you know what? That is a common theme with people who have spiritual abilities, who give themselves to people. People take. When you're in this business, people, they get very, what do you charge? You shouldn't be charging. Well, priests, ministers, and pastors, they get paid. What he does serves God. His abilities are not magical. His abilities are directly from God himself. So, last year, at the end of the year, we were doing a lot of lives on Facebook. And every time we'd hop on, it would be like, list please, list please, list please, list please. It was like they wanted a card reading every other week or every week. The point of a card reading is that it's meant to give you a multi-dimensional perspective of yourself that you don't necessarily see. But it's also a confirmation of the things you see. And especially for people who have abilities, it's also to let you know, whew, I'm not the only one, you know? Mm-hmm. But that's why we always stress it's important to make sure that we don't spread ourselves too thin. Because when we don't feel appreciated, we don't give our best. And in order for you to be an effective human being, a human soul who gives light to people, you have to do it with joy. That is 100% true. Without a shadow of a doubt. So if you don't feel joy in your heart, then stop. So remember, keep seeking knowledge. Keep seeking what it is that you want, the answers that you want. But don't pause on learning. Don't pause that. Don't put that on pause. Because we can take a step back from the people who don't appreciate us and still grow our souls. Do you understand? Because the more we learn about ourselves, the better we are to teach others and to give to others and to understand others and to know not to haggle with those people or deal with those people because they take too much from you. But remember, keep moving forward. Keep moving forward because you're a leader. But keep practicing. But remember, most importantly, I cannot stress this enough. Please remember, practice doesn't make anything in this life perfect. It just makes it easier. So you just have to keep practicing.
So she wanted to know what her spiritual gifts were, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Well,
I'm glad. But I can go into...
Don't put me on the spot like that. But here's the thing. As far as the in-between empath and sensitive,
Holy Spirit gift.
well, yeah, but okay, go. That's
You touched on it. You said it. You
you're
said
a
it
leader.
already.
She's a leader.
Yeah, but here's the crazy thing, and I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to jump in. I'm really not, but it's just I see the whole transition of it, of where the insecurity comes from, and it's the leader thing.
Mm-hmm.
Her whole life, she has been, when she was a little kid, I'm talking elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
She was very forthright and a very strong soul, a very strong personality. And her whole life, no matter which way she is, people rebuke her. little girl shouldn't be that way. Little girl shouldn't be that way. And so she dialed it back. She dialed back that leadership quality.
Pausing it.
Uh-huh. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, I mean,
but
that's...
she just said, I'm an empath. And that's what I got, was that she's somewhere in between sensitive and empath, but definitely, because you cannot be a leader you have to know without a doubt that you have an ability, period.
Yeah.
So the leader card wouldn't come up. Go on, because that's interesting.
Okay.
I want to hear that.
Okay, so as a little girl, that's stripped from her because she's trying to conform, because it wasn't just in school. This was family members, pastors, the everybody. And she felt like the whole world was at her. So she goes into a shell. And she starts to try to become more understanding, you know. And when she gives advice to people in the teenage years...
Generosity.
Right? Well, yeah, because that part of going into that shell is not taking care of herself first. But in her teenage years, she starts to become a counselor to her friends, and nobody appreciates it. Nobody ever listens. And so she retreats more. But then, ironically, as she gets older, well, we need you to be more outgoing. And now people are flipping the script, and she's like, what in the hell's going on? But if I show my ass to you, oh, then I'd be wrong. You see, that's I mean, I see it all in motion, and that's where she's at now, and it is a fed up, spiritually fed up, and it's a surrender. She has hit that surrender moment, and she has prayed that magical prayer of, you know what, God, I give up. I'm yours, do whatever you want with me. And he's like, okay, here's where I want you to go. And here we are. Look, tell me I'm lying. This is where we want. This is what I want you to do.
Well, she declared it last night when she said it. She goes, "I want to know what my spiritual gifts are."
So your holy. But let me preface everything that's happened. It happened for a reason, because they were all learning experiences, and I see a big mirror image of the way I came up, right? And number one, you were born with the Holy Spirit gift of leadership. Pastoral ability, if you will.
I got that.
I know you did. That's what I told you. You just didn't realize it. Okay,
no,
that was number one.
It.
But in order to finesse that leadership ability, God needs you to be understanding, and that's where the second spiritual gift comes in. But that had to be developed here on this earth, because it's just you know, it was too much. It was too much, and you need that edge of empathy, because you've got the edge to cut, but we need the edge to buff out impurities. Like, look, the Bible says that we're all on the potter's wheel, right? I know you know this. We're all on the potter's wheel. We're just clay, and God works out the impurities. Well, if we got a big chunk hanging off, that's a hard cut, right? But then once we're almost done, it's time to start buffing it and kind of caressing it real smooth. And that's what you needed, because you had the edge to cut, but you needed that empathy and that understanding, which you've developed over many, many years, and you have that down to a fine science. Now it's like, okay, now let's move and get that leadership ability back out. Let's bring that leadership ability back out. But that's going to be the hard part, because we buried it down so far deep. And it's like, how are people going to
so now
take
she
this?
had you have to
you got to commit. She's not
committing to it, because she isn't secure about it. So again, don't sleep on yourself, because you're powerful. You are powerful, but you've got to believe it.
So,
hi, Kristen.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your reading.
No. Apparently, you explain things good. You explain things better than I do. So.
So look, Phyllis. Here's the thing. The Holy Spirit doles out spiritual gifts to each and every person on this planet. Upon the recognition of said spiritual gift, we are given from what I understand, because I am not God, right? But from my understanding and from what I have witnessed and what I have meditated and prayed on many, many years, is that we are each given a spiritual gift. That spiritual gift's nature is not for our comfort, but to help remove the stumbling blocks from in front of our brothers and sisters on this planet. Now, once you realize you have a spiritual gift, you are given a window of acceptance. It's a use it or lose it type of thing from what I understand. I may be wrong. I don't think so. I have witnessed go both ways. Okay? And God doesn't need you to know how or why. He just wants to, right now, he's asking yes or no. Now, I can tell you when I came to the realization that I had the gift of discernment, but it's not, I didn't even realize it yet. All I knew is that I could hear people who have crossed, and it's a funky story, right? But I didn't even understand the how it's happening, why it's happening, but I knew it was, do you accept it, yes or no? And it's something that you know deep down inside. I was like, well, yeah, but God just wants to hear, yeah. You could put as many buts on it as you want. He's just like, yeah, sure, you said yes already. Contract signed, done, right? So it's, yeah, but I don't want to deal with murders or suicides or overdose or anything like that.
Children with
children
that have been
missing,
dead, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want.
And what does he do?
And that ended up becoming my specialty.
Mm-hmm.
So when we put a butt on it, what God hears is, oh, so those things frighten you in some way. Okay, well then we're going to deal with that and we're going to eliminate that fear. And he did. And so look, I know you're in a spiritually uncomfortable spot right now. But let me make it simple. It's accept or decline. And it's not even really that serious when you stop and put things in context, because each story in the Bible, whether you believe in the Bible or not, I do, but whether you believe in the Bible or not, it's all that the Bible is still relevant because human nature never changes, right? So, the story of Mary, a young virgin, an angel comes to her and says, hey, God finds favor with you. He wants you to have the Messiah. Do you accept? Yes or no? No questions asked. She was like, okay, yes. Not knowing, not understanding what was to come. Could you imagine? Not knowing what was to come. God just wants a yes or a no. And really, it ain't even that serious. I mean, it's not like we're having to bring in...
It is serious, though, when you ignore your gifts. Yeah. And you use them for selfish reasons. Which is not you, Phyllis.
No.
That's not you. You're not...
Just trying to...
He's just trying to explain that, but...
I was just trying to
you were saying, I got the pastoral thing.
I know you did.
However, I've been trying to refrain from that stuff.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you get something like that...
I was told specifically not to discuss that.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's okay.
And I also got
in this situation...
Yeah.
Phyllis, because so listen, the way that we do this is we read people's energy, right? I'm giving reference. I am always going based on someone's energy. Anyone who's watched me for any amount of time, I'm always going to give references that speak to that person. So there's a reason I'm using these references for Phyllis, because Phyllis gets everything I'm saying.
I know.
It makes it crystallizes it. She's like,
and my finger is like.
Is it better?
No, it's worse than ever. But here's the thing. you said something before about, well, it's not that serious once you accept it. And, oh, I don't know if that. No. I'm the timer. I do know. I do know for a fact.
Okay.
That you have a moment.
Well, yeah, the window of
The
acceptance
window of
is-
acceptance. This is no joke, people. I mean, look.
What I'm saying is because I feel her. She's already said yes.
I know.
To it.
I know.
So it's not.
And I know she wants to do it. She just doesn't know how to go about it. To go and
How to move. So we have on. If you go to Lightworker Education on YouTube, there's a video up of the stages of development of a lightworker.
but she knows she's an empath.
I know. I know. So it's like, okay, so now how do I take... So empaths can walk into a room, sense something is wrong, and know that Roseanne here is off. Not know why, but you just know her energy is off. They could feel people's energy. So how do we get to empath, from empath to psychic, to where you could actually offer words of encouragement and things like that? Well, that's what Lightworker Education's designed for. So, but...
And look, here's the thing. We don't talk about it, but Phyllis, a light worker... Go ahead. Say it.
A light worker is anyone who works for God, whether they have abilities or not.
So if you are wanting anybody on here tonight who is interested in joining up and learning more, getting on Justin's team, and he personally, I mean, he built this whole program. Like, it's an amazing program, computer program for a learning management system for people to learn. And there are weekly seminars that there, because there's
It's
private,
like group mentoring.
group mentoring, but it starts with a consultation where you get a consultation with him one-on-one to find out exactly where you are, what it is that you want to do, how is it that you first came about of your abilities, but he's reading you, okay? And I can tell you right now that it's for the serious. It's for the people who want the guidance in their life. I'm telling you folks right now that this information that we have, nobody has this information.
No.
Because it came directly from the other side. Okay? And it is mind blowing. It will change your life. But the caveat of it is you have to have faith.
Yeah, we don't talk about chakras
No,
or anything like
we
that.
don't do that. That's
It's all
and to each his own.
actionable.
I'm not
No,
into.
I
We're
know.
not into witchcraft. We don't. There will never be a course on any of that because
No,
I have
it's
news
dark.
for you. Guess who made
It's
the
dark.
tree?
Oh, it's dark.
The tree was made by God, and I know we'll have people drop off, and that's fine. But if you are wanting to learn more about your abilities, and he is somebody that you're drawn to, go to lightworkereducation.org. It should be linked in our description. Go click on it and sign up. Yes, it is a monthly subscription, but I promise you it will pay for it tenfold.
Yeah.
Because there is no book out there that is going to tell you what he's going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
That I can tell you. Savannah Roberts is a student of ours. Denise, she isn't on here. Shay, they know.
Yeah, and
It's
Savannah,
thick,
so how are
real
you doing?
stuff. But it helps so much. 2 weeks in and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I go right for it, man. There's no fluff. No fluff at all. I think, Savannah, first, in your consultation, I gave you some tools to get you to at least one level higher than you were. Yeah? I mean, look, that's a great testimonial to me, though.
Totally, absolutely. But I have a lot of people that, oh, because, we can put up little snippets of stuff, No, thank you, Phyllis, for
Yeah, thanks
allowing us
for-
to read you.
yeah.
If you want me to take a picture of the cards for you, I don't know if you've liked our Facebook page or not. I can't keep track of who has and who hasn't. So, there we go. Okay, then I will shoot me a message through Facebook and I'll send you the cards. Okay? But thank you for allowing us to read you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, the biggest misconception is, like, if people do their research on the internet or they go buy books, what they're going to find is that everyone is saying the same thing. What does that mean?
What is a lay worker?
No,
Hey, there's only
it's-
7 Holy Spirit gifts. Nope, there's not. There's not.
There's not.
I have
Way more than
I
that.
have experience with children who have abilities. There's a lot of different things that
much.
you learn. It's not just that, but it's also meant for people. It's not about reading cards or reading spirits.
It's just paper.
But it's also for people, for anybody who wants to work for the light.
Well, so, for example, right? Exactly, Phyllis. And so, one of the things, like, yeah, I'm a psychic medium, for lack of a better word, right? Just because there's no other way to describe it. But how would I know all of that about Phyllis, about the childhood, about the order of operations in which that happened? And why it happened, and the designation that would get her to where she's got to be. Yeah, you got if you're going to read any book, I'm not even going to go there.
She said differently. I don't read books.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, here's the thing.
Don't need
The
to.
problem, I will tell you this, guys. We have one person who keeps, oh, Justin, when are you going to send me something for, for light worker, so I can start working on it? Well, she's not committed to it. I told Justin, I was like, you're not sending her anything. She's not committed to it. I can feel it. You have to be committed to this. This is 17 years of our life's work.
It's commitment, man.
It's a commitment. Okay? You have to know, and it's not just about understanding your abilities. It's about you as a person. It's also about other people. It's about the philosophies of life. That's why I am a paraphilosopher. That comes into play. I don't even
Later
go
on.
into that stuff on
Yes,
here. This is not the place or nor the time for it. But I can tell you stuff I've
like
written.
Phyllis's energy.
I do too. I
Good
do.
energy.
And I felt so bad, Phyllis. So God bless you for it. I was like worried. I was like, she'll contact me tomorrow. But everybody was like, Phyllis. But I understand you fell asleep. Girl, I understand, man. It was late.
They go.
It was
she can
late.
go long. She could go long sometimes.
See, Shay says, I have learned so much about myself, and I am beginning to understand myself and what I can do and what I can grow and how I can grow myself. Yep. I can grow in myself, right? Absolutely.
Everyone wants to make it seem like it's hard, man. It's not hard. It's knowing.
It
the
just
proper
takes its work.
techniques. Yeah, it's just
It's work.
It's work, man. That's all. And it's the proper techniques, and knowing whose you are. And I said that right.
I feel like last night, as it should have been, Tim was in need of his message at the moment, and you needed your lesson from that. You are amazing, Roseanne. Thank you, Kyla.
Yeah.
By the way, Kristen, if you're on here, Dominic, you still have that?
It was still uploading, but when we logged out, it stopped uploading. I'll get it to you by tonight.
She'll get it to you. He'll get it to you by tonight. It's taken forever because it was I'm windy. I can't get the quizzes to work, which might be a good thing. Well, thank you. Okay, so anyway, oh, there's quizzes? Yeah, there's quizzes. I took the quiz and I actually failed it.
I'm not gonna make it easy. I'm gonna make sure you read it.
He tripped me up on the...
Yeah, there's videos on each module.
He
right?
wrote the... Meanwhile, I know the stuff inside and out, but he wrote the questions. They were trick questions.
Read them carefully.
Okay, Kyla. No, they're small quizzes. They're like little tiny...
Yeah. They're just like six,
No.
questions
The quiz
at the end
is in
of
light worker education.
Yeah.
It's, it's a little quiz. But he made it tricky to make sure that you're actually reading the stuff and listening to what he says. So if you're a reader, there's text. And if you're an audio learner and visual, there's video. So you have both. So, last call for anybody who wants a reading tonight. Because I do believe that there are no spirits coming through tonight. That the closed sign is up because Justin has a reading at 10. Our time. So, it is 20 minutes. So, have one more room or room for one more card reading. If not, I will be shutting down for the night.
60 minutes.
Thank you,
Thank you, Phyllis, so much. Thank you so much for allowing us to read you.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to jump in like that.
No.
I was getting it, I'm like, okay.
No, not at all. How many people are on?
I got that before.
Huh?
How many people are on?
22.
22.
Yeah, that's what was cool, is because I had all that sitting here waiting, and when the cards came out, I was like, oh, that's sweet.
I accepted your friend request.
Ew.
Yeah, let's call that good.
Okay. Oh man, I was hoping for another late night event session. How much are readings from Justin? Okay, for which part? Like card reading or for a private mediumship reading? A private mediumship reading is $200. But that includes a card reading as well.
Yeah.
And there's no time limit. Yeah. Because it's very in-depth. Not that he doesn't give everything that he gets on here. He does. It's just a different...
Well, if it's just one person that's getting the reading, all of that energy is going...
It's focused on them,
to that one, so...
Dana.
Let me see. You're gonna think about it, but not actually do it.
I know. Damn it. I know. Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing. Look, Justin's time is just so limited right now. It's like between Lightworker and this, and...
Well, the next module is kick ass. Mm-hmm. It's going to be all about the number one thing that prevents people from moving forward. You know what that is?
Fear.
Ha ha ha. There you go. People be like, how can you make a whole module about fear? Oh, trust me. Trust me.
We're all in fear of something. Right now, some of us are in fear. Chris is in fear of Dana.
Naturally.
I'm joking, Dana. I'm joking. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. No, Kyla, I did accept your friend request. I think right before I came on, I saw your friend request for Sisterhood. And I just hadn't had a chance to... I saw, but I just didn't get a chance because we were about to... We were doing the intro, and I couldn't hit it quick enough. Susan Boston. Oh,
There you
Susan.
go. I tell you what, let me get
Out.
back. Do you mind if I go
No.
prep?
Go ahead. Go. You got to go. You got to do.
Yeah, I know. All right, guys. Well, thanks for letting me sit in on your little sesh. Take it easy.
I know that. That light. It's like stadium lighting. Oh my god. I have to have my pillows, people. My pillars.
Two boxes.
Hmm?
Sorry.
What?
Nothing. Sing the Wow Wow Loves theme song.
Ooh. It's a little.
I'm just trying to get it back there.
Do you want to sit next to me? I don't know. It's so hot in here.
Let me just turn on the air conditioner.
Oh my god. Yeah, just turn it down a smidge. I'm like roasting. Okie dokie, Susan. Thank you. No, it's not too late. I don't watch any movies. It seems like watch Chernobyl on HBO. That was really good. Bohemian Rhapsody was amazing. Fantastic. I thought it was better than A Star is Born. Sorry. I mean, Lady Gaga was absolutely amazing, but I'm sorry, but Shallow came too... It came too soon at the beginning, and really Bradley Cooper was fantastic. But, wow. It was... Bohemian Rhapsody was amazing. It was really, really good. I don't get to watch a lot of... Right now, I'm watching my Housewives. In between Peppa Pig and Ben and Holly's Magic Kingdom. And Frasier in The Office between Dominic. And night is... Oh, the Beatles, yesterday. The kid from England. Anything that's British is A-okay. I mean, like, to me, everything British is the best. So, the Brits do it better. Television, motion picture. Yeah. Loved BBC. Susan, I think I did. I know, I thought I did. I have them. Didn't I? Okay. I'll go back in my file and look. Holy smokes. Now that's going to drive me crazy. Okay. But Susan, you don't go by a different name on Facebook, right? I can't. I'm sorry, my brain is like I haven't been getting on Facebook. That's the thing. I'll go back and look at my thing. Even if they are the same. Yes. Ryan, that's why. Okay, so here's the reason. Even if they are the same, you understand. Hold on. It's driving me crazy now. I'm telling you, because I know. Holy smokes. I have to look, because it's going to drive me crazy.
What are you looking at?
Susan, she said that I didn't send her cards. Here's Justin's card reading from the other day. Yes, I give him card readings. Okay, let me look here. It would have been... Nope, that would have been before that. Okay. Hold on. Aha! I found it. That's why. Hold on, Susan. Sending it. Susan K, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. I got it. Well, hold on. Good night, Aaron. I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Do me a favor. Send these cards to her. It's like... No. Stop. Okay, we shall see. Here we go. It's actually been a month. Interesting cards. Really interesting. Okay. So the first card that I'm getting, the anchor card, the heart card, is look deeper. I know it seems longer. Look deeper. But that's a good card, because wait. Next to it is retreat, and it's turned upside down. And then you have stress management, which isn't turned upside down. On the top row, right above look deeper, is marriage, and that is upside down. The card next to it is pray. And the card next to marriage is animals. And hang with me, because even if you love animals, we all love animals, that's not what it means to me in this context. So just hang tight. Underneath the marriage card, which is at the top, upside down, you have look deeper in the middle. And then you have, underneath that, you have forgiveness. And that is upside down. And next to forgiveness, you have sweetness. And then on the other side of forgiveness is triumph. So, you've been doing some pondering lately, huh? And I feel you going back and forth. And it's stressing you out. The marriage card turned upside down, that I'm getting a solid. And this is first for me, where it actually is marriage related, but it's also about you too. I'm getting a duality card again, a lot of duality cards. I mean, like this third time I've had a duality card where a card means two things. That flip-flopping back and forth, that's stressing you out. Is because you know that you've got to do something to rectify the situation, but it's stressing you out to the point to where the trouble in your life is the new Susan is not well received. Does that make sense? Not by you. Not by you. And the animal card doesn't mean animals to me, because it's right next to the marriage card. And what that's signifying to me is that you know. Listen to me when I tell you this. You know you deserve the love that you give out. You deserve to receive that same kind of love. It's an unconditional love. that where you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. And ironically, the animals card on, if you're playing tic-tac-toe and it's going diagonal, animals card, look deeper, sweetness card. It all goes together. Because the sweetness card is you're giving. You give so much of yourself. But you can't allow somebody to take away that joy inside of you, to steal the love that you have to give to people right now. Like, look, we all deserve the love. The love that we project to people is the love that we deserve to get. Everybody deserves love if they're a loving human. Okay, like, to me, if you're a grade A-hole, well, then you reap what you sow. But that's not you. And, the marriage card, like I said, it was a duality card because there's an old Susan that's not well received. And it's pulling. Right, you don't get it back. What kind of life is that? And that stresses you out and it pulls you apart. And it's making, here's the thing. People in life, when you rise above something and you make a change in life and you want to better yourself, people don't like that. Men or women. It's like, okay, hey, I'm going on a diet because I'm sick and tired of being overweight. But my friends are overweight too. And we all have a good time, having, our fatty combos together or whatever, I'm just giving hypotheticals, okay? But here's the thing. It's like, if that one person in the group decides, hey, I'm going to go to the gym every day and I'm going to start working out. Well, their lifestyle changes and fatty combo doesn't fit into the schedule anymore. So your priorities change, your priorities shift. And the thing is, you just said that, and I hadn't even gotten to the third row. Because under the sweetness card, you had next to it, under look deeper, you had forgiveness card. Upside down. Upside down. You're striving for greatness and it's intimidating. And right next to that card is triumph. And it's upside down. And I did say, okay, so next to the marriage card on top was pray. I know. People say, you got to pray about it. You got to pray about it. Well, you do. It's a decision you have to make, and you got to pray about it. Praying is meant to give you clarity in the moments where things are quiet and you need to make a decision. It's meant to say, you need to give it to God and say, look, I can't do this anymore. Because you know why? You're retreating. You're flip-flopping. You're going back and forth. You don't know what, and that's prohibiting you. Yeah. Because you have this beautiful soul and it's being squashed. It's being squashed. And not like it's a slow, painful, torturous squash. And it's a mind F, you know what I'm saying, for lack of better words. I hate to say that, but it really is. The looking deeper card, it doesn't mean look deeper in yourself. You know, Susan, you know what you need to do. But even though I didn't even flip over the next card. No, those are not for you. See, okay. The looking deeper card, what I was going to say is that you're compromising yourself. I was turning over the other cards to see if the other cards were making any sense, but they weren't. If there were any more cards for you, but no. Looking deeper doesn't mean look deeper within yourself to find the answer. No, it means that you need to make a decision because there is something going on. You know the answer. You just spoke it out loud. I'm losing interest in my school, and that is the one thing that means the most to you. And you know what? Who is the person? It's not you that's causing that. It is that. It's the marriage, and it's the old Susan. Because the new Susan, that person doesn't like the new Susan. The new Susan's the threat. No, it isn't what? I'm sorry. Well, you got to get this under control. And I'm feeling an extreme, like, whoa, like, this is extreme. Like, I've got goosebumps, my legs, everything. Like, you need to make a decision pronto. Because it's like circling the drain. Your happiness, your joy, your, I hate to use this word, please forgive me, God, this sounds awful, but sanity is like circling the drain. You know how people can make you feel like you are crazy and you're not. Right. So, look. I need you to take time to really, and I'm asking everyone on here, please, to lift her up in prayer. Because in this moment right now, I feel a desperation of just needing someone to lift her up, to be, you know, to give her that extra boost of strength. Because, look, you already know, looking deeper, see, that's the card is not saying look deeper. You know, you've looked deep, Susan, come on. You're knee deep in it. So, stop retreating on it. Stop flip-flopping back and forth. But everybody lift her up in prayer, because right now, she can't. Like, she can't. She needs everybody to just put all their energy into lifting her up so she can feel. Because sometimes when we can't, when we're in that moment, yeah, the cards are not the same. No, they're definitely not the same. But when we're in that moment where we're so stressed out and you just can't, when you're starting to retreat from the things that you love, and the things that you work so hard for. I mean, I could say, you need to pray, you need to pray. No, you do need to pray, but what it is that the prayer has, the answer is already within you. You have to be brave enough to hear what the prayer, what is being told to you. Does that make sense? But I also feel like that you need a team of people, of empowering women to lift you up, because you're a powerful woman, Susan. You are. And I want everybody to lift her up and give her the strength to go forth. I mean, look, because right now you're feeling like the triumph. The triumphant, you're feeling like, what the hell? What did I just do? Like, where, you will come out of this. This isn't something buried deep in there. It's just bubbling on that surface. And honestly, Susan Love, you just wanted you wanted a confirmation. Is it worth it? What do you mean, what is it worth? What is worth it? Is what? Giving up on yourself or you or what? Hold on. Is it worth it? Like what? Oh, is she talking to Dana? Girl, I was like, I almost gave up on my marriage because it didn't seem like hubby wanted to support me going to school anymore. I was fighting myself because I was giving up on myself. Thank you, Jessica, for saying that. That is the question I am asking myself. Mm-hmm. You got to find balance in your life. But when you get to the point where you feel like you're about to break and you're not feeling happy in what you're doing, you got to take a self-inventory of yourself. We're not... It takes us a long time to find our self-worth and our confidence. And it's amazing how somebody can come along and just squash it in a moment. But it's not worth it. And I don't know... You keep distracting yourself from the feelings. Right, you're retreating from it. You're retreating from it. The decisions you have to make are hard decisions, Susan. And those decisions, I cannot tell you what to do if you understand what I'm saying. But what I do know is that I know that you are a very, very strong woman who's come a long way. And you have a lot to offer to many people who will receive your message and love. And because you have a lot to give. There's an unconditional love about you. You have knowledge that you have a lot of knowledge that is going to help people. But you have to make the decision yourself as far as what you want to do. But remember, you're catching yourself, because the warning sign right there was like, well, I'm starting to not find joy, in what I'm doing at school and stuff like that. Then that's a sign. I'm not saying get out of your marriage. That's not what I'm saying. That, like I said, I don't tell anybody that. That's not my decision to make. But you know your decision, what you have to do, and you alone are the only one that can make your decision. Nobody else can. I mean, you know that. I mean, it's, just like taking a horse to water. You can't make a horse drink water, You can bring an addict to rehab, but you can't make them stay, And for sure as hell, we cannot change people who don't want to be changed. But what I do know for a fact is that people don't like change. When you change, all hell breaks loose. Oh, you're bettering yourself. And it causes a disruption on purpose. That's right, Susan. That's right. And you're finding your purpose. But do you see the darkness that is trying to distract you from that? So you need to pray about it. And I really, really mean it. I mean, like, that sounds... Congratulations. Congratulations on that. That's what I'm saying. You have lived a long road of knowledge. Man, girl, you have learned lessons in your life. And you are meant to pass those on to people. Don't retreat, Susan. God, man, I got goosebumps on that. Don't retreat. Don't retreat. Don't let somebody steal every experience that you've fought for and lesson that you learned. Do not retreat. You fought for those and you won. You defeated that. And you're letting the darkness get to you now and making it's messing with your mind. You know what you know. But you have to pray on the decision that you want to make. And you have to just know that this is another bump in the road and that you're going to come through it. But you're seeing the warning signs. I'm starting to lose interest. Bingo. Those are the warning signs. I'll take a picture of these cards for you, okay? Thank you for allowing me to read you. And I really, really hope, and I will pray for you, Susan. I really, really will. Because I don't want you... I've never, ever have seen anybody that has come through what you have come through. 22 years sober, gone back to school, you're helping kids. Come on, girl. I mean, seriously. That's a story. That's like the ultimate female empowerment right there. You've taken control of your life. Don't let anybody steal what you've worked for. because you're worth more than that. You're worth more than that. The love you put out is the love that you should be receiving. And if you're not receiving that, then there's a problem. And that's why you have the stress management, the stress in your life. Let me take a picture of these cards. You did get the retreat card last time upside down. Susan's a tough cookie, man. She's a force to be reckoned with. She really is. There's not many people. I mean, there's not, Susan could be doing, she could be talking to a lot of women on here, and she knows. She knows. But you see, here's the thing. We're all humans, and we're all women. And we all have our moments. And we just want reassurance and guidance that, because look, we're, like I said, we all have our insecurities, no matter how much we overcome stuff in our life, and and you're an inspiration to lots of women and children out there, Susan. There are people who need you. But most of all, you need yourself. Yep. Damn right it will, girl. Yes, it will. Yeah, 22 years sober and getting her PhD, folks. That's a woman right there who knows empowerment right there. She knows right there. But you see, I just want everybody to know it doesn't matter. We can have our A game going on. We got all this going on, but all it takes is one person in our life to just spin us around. And it screws with your mind. And it sucks. It sucks. But you've got this, Susan. You can do this. So everybody here, please keep Susan in your prayers. Please keep Susan in your prayers. Because you have big things ahead of you, Susan. You do. Hell, if you can overcome 22 years of being sober, this is just another bump in the road. Another bump in the road. And that forgiveness card, that's upside down. Again, that's glaring at me because you know why? There is a decision that's going to be made soon. And you're going to be like, again, what the hell was I thinking? Why did I wait so long? But you're going to chalk it up to another lesson. Wow. Holy cow, Susan. For real? God bless you. God bless you. Wow. Not everybody is that lucky. Wow. That really gets me. That's not an easy road. Wow, Susan. I have no words for that. I really don't. Because there's not many people. Hey, have you ever read a book? And again, I bought the book. I never want to be that person again. I understand. Yep. Yep. But, Susan, there's a book. I'm going to take a picture of it. And the only reason, I'll be honest with you, I bought the book because I absolutely adore him as a songwriter. But Paul Williams, the songwriter, he wrote, you know, for the Carpenters, and he wrote the Muppet movie, all the music in the Muppet movie, and the original Muppet movie. And, you know, he's written songs for everybody. Hell, he wrote the Love Boat theme, you know. But anyway, I absolutely adore Paul Williams. And Paul Williams was an addict for many, many, many years. And coke, I mean, you know, alcoholism. And he's been sober for 20-something years as well. But he wrote a book called Gratitude and Trust. And again, I kind of started to read it, but I didn't because I felt like it would taint some of the information that I had, because the way I get information, it comes to me. So I have to keep my information clean of what I get from the other side, like when I channel my writings. But I gotta tell you, it's a great book. As far as it's written with him and another girl who was like a screenwriter, but she's not an addict, and she writes it from the perspective of like being a shopaholic or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, but she's always been fascinated with the whole process. I've listened to their podcast and, like, you know, why they wrote the book and stuff. But he does a lot of things that he goes around and talks to a lot of, you know, groups that, you know, sober groups and stuff like that, you know, to raise money. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome. And, you know, he has a really good perspective of addiction and I watched the documentary that it was about him and stuff like that. So it was interesting, but I'll send you a picture of it, and it might be something that you read, because it's interesting how everything in our life, you know, when you're an addict, whether it be drugs or alcohol or food, you know, you know, everything. You're once an addict, you're always an addict. You know, it's not a curable disease, and you know, that need of feeling, you know, having to feel love and, you know, feel like you were appreciated. Are you serious? Oh my God. Only 7%? I'm shocked. I'm like speechless on that. Wow. Well, I would like to read that when it comes out. See? There's your testimony, Susan. Yes, there is a reason for you. So stop flopping back and forth and choose you. Choose you. You look what you've gone through. Look what you've done. Is Daddy doing his reading?
Yeah, he's about to.
Okay.
Fine.
Go ask him if he gave Gio Kepra,
Okay.
please. All right. Alrighty, folks. Susan, I appreciate you allowing me to read you. And on that note, folks, I think I will call it a night.
Yeah, he did. Gave her from earlier.
Huh? Oh, you did? Okay. But I appreciate every single one of you guys for being on. Elizabeth, good night. If you are new, please make sure you hit the subscribe button before you leave. And the bell and the thumbs up if you liked what you heard tonight. I appreciate you too, Susan. I really, really, really do. I really do. And I'll be back on this week again for readings. So, yeah, definitely kind of stay tuned and see. And again, if you're interested, please go check out lightworkereducation.org if it speaks to you. And go sign up today because space is limited. But until then, folks, I've had a lovely weekend with all of you ladies. And I will see you again soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.